Hey guys, went trout fishing this morning. We didn't do very well. Between my buddy Matt and I, we only caught four. We caught two apiece. So we got back a little early. I'm at my family land. We got 38 acres and a nice stocked lake here. I haven't fished this lake in a couple years. I know we got bass, bluegill, crappie, bunch of turtles over there on that log. There's a big beaver in here too, and I got a couple horses back there. But I didn't get my first fish on film, but it's pretty thick in here. Second cast, I actually got a bass, so I'll just leave the GoPro recording, and I switched it over to a single hook. I had a little trout lure on. It's got way too many hooks for the bass in here. Let's see what I can get with this. Oh, there's a little bump. A little grub jig here, so won't hurt the fish, the bass, when they take it. But really not sure how big the bass are. The one I just pulled in was probably right about 8 inches. I know several years back had a problem with the growth being stunted. I guess there was just way too many fish in here. So we'll see. I think the biggest one I've ever caught, I think, was probably at a pound. Oh, and there's catfish in here too. My son, a while back, caught a 5-pound channel. So he was really proud of that. So there are catfish in here as well. Oh, there's one. Got him. Little crappie. Haha. So here we go. Nice little crappie here. Took the little jig. Whew. So we have very healthy fish here. So throw him back. So our lake is actually spring fed, so the water levels never go down. Pretty much stays constant. Over there you can see all the little trees. We're actually doing some land clearing beginning of May. I'm actually going to build my house on the back side of the lake, which should be really nice. I'm going to really work on the lake, get the edges cleaned up some. I like to put a dock in here, a fountain, and fish feeders. I mean, this little lake has a lot of potential for some real good sized fish, and being that my family doesn't fish, it is just me. So I've actually invited co-workers several times to come out here, but they always say they want to come, but no one ever takes me up on it, so whatever. But if you happen to live in the Charlotte Union area, I'm actually in Monroe. So, oh, there's one. Oh, he spit it out, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, he came back for it. Oh, dang, that was a huge bluegill. A little too much for him. So it seems about every 3 casts I'm getting them. So I'm pretty excited. About another 2 weeks, we're going to start the land clearing. We got a forest mulcher coming to us. Come on, buddy. Don't want it. But for those of you that do have access to private ponds, or if you're fortunate enough to have your own pond on your land, I'd be interested and curious to see what kind of things you've done to help the ecosystem to make I guess the fish or water, make it more healthy and get the fish to grow. Like I said, I mean, this thing has been stocked for over 18 years. You would think for that long, you know, there'd be some friggin' 8+ pound bass in here. I've never seen them or caught them. So I say that now. Hopefully I would hook into one, but we'll see. I know there's some big turtles. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but on that log over there, there's an absolutely humongous turtle. This is not my preferred bait, by the way. This was just happened to be in my trout tackle for some reason. Usually I got a little bass box. I prefer in this pond a lot of top water. I actually like to see the action with the fish blowing up on it. Right now this corner is really about the only place I can access it that's deep enough until we get the forest mulcher and the bush hog to clear the other side. A little difficult to get out there. Oh, took a swipe at the tail there. But we have a lot of deer out here as well. They come to the water source here. They compete with those horses in the back for food. And let's see what else we got. We got chickens. We used to have goats. Oh, there he is. Oh, missed him. There's a little pull. So they seem to be hitting about 4 or 5 feet from the shore. Trying to keep my rod tip up because right here around the edge it's kind of shallow. There he is, got him. Don't tell me it's not the crappie. Sure is. Another crappie, guys. Oh, he swallowed it too. That's right. I got forceps. Oh, hemostats, so we don't hurt the fish. But crappie are very, very healthy here. I just wish they'd get a little fatter and bigger, but all in due time, I guess. There we go. It came out real easy with those. And he's off. Alright guys, see if I can catch a bass for you. Yeah, I feel bummed out, man. I didn't get that bass on film. My GoPro was in my little backpack there, and I thought it was in my car. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, let me check. And sure enough, it was sitting on the bottom from when I was trout fishing this morning. So I figured since I didn't get much, or actually any footage of the trout, do a little backyard pond fishing for y'all. I know, man, if I had some live minnows on a little bobber, ooh, I'd be tearing them up.